If your phone isn't ringing for Electrician Grand Junction, your competitors are getting those emergency calls instead. Today we'll look at who's showing up at the top of Google, what they're doing right, and the mistakes that leave other electricians stuck in what I like to call Google purgatory. I'm Max with Chuckwalla Digital here in Western Colorado. I'm running this search live from Grand Junction, so you're seeing a real local snapshot. Your screen might look a little different, but the patterns are what matter. Let's take a look at who's coming up first for the Google search Electrician Grand Junction. Right away, we've got a sponsored link for Tiger Electric, and we've got a phone number button. Below that, we have the local pack, and inside the local pack, our number one business is Bemis Electric. They've got a 4.9 star rating. They've been in business for 40 plus years, and they have 286 reviews. Their primary category is electrician. Second, we've got EC Electric, and interestingly, they've only been in business for 10 plus years and have 22 reviews, slightly lower rating at 4.8 versus 4.9, but they're still coming up number 2 in the local pack, which is interesting to me. And then third, we have White Star Electric LLC, which is also a similar amount of reviews and rating and time in business. So what is causing these two businesses to show up so high in the local pack next to Bemis, which is absolutely raking it in with reviews? Let's take a look. So if we click more businesses, and again we see this sponsored ad for Google Business Profile that's paying for Google Ads. Interesting, they've got a visit site link here. Now once we get to B&B Electric, this is a profile that only has 3 reviews. They do have their physical place of business is actually provided as a street view by Google, so they haven't even uploaded any images to their Google Business Profile. They're still coming in 9 on the local pack. So what that tells me is this isn't a very competitive keyword in Grand Junction. And electricians, as you might know, are able to charge quite a bit of money. If you're able to get into this top 3 up here in the local pack, you're going to be getting the majority of calls and website clicks, leads, and revenue from Grand Junction homeowners. So it's really important to be able to do that, and here it's not that competitive. That's the main reason why we're seeing EC Electric at number 2, despite the fact that they only have 22 reviews. You can see they've got a physical location. They're not just a service area, which is helping them. One image. And it looks like Rose Joyce uploaded it. It's likely that that was from a review. So this business hasn't even optimized their Google Business Profile. They don't have imagery of their team. It looks like they haven't even added a business description. They're not using questions and answers. So just by the fact that they've received 22 goodish reviews, they're ranked number 2. They also have a good location there, right on 25.5 in Pinion, which is pretty close to the center of Grand Junction. Buzz Electrical, which is showing up at number 2 in the local pack, 18 5-star reviews. They have uploaded one of their workers' trucks, and it looks like they've got some imagery from job sites, which is great. They've done a little bit to optimize their profile, and it's helping them. Looks like they got a 1-star review. They could have replied to that. I always encourage business owners to reply to every review. And it's especially important to handle a negative review the right way. Sometimes the business is in the right, and it's not about rubbing that in. It's about providing some context for what happened, and that's reputation management, which is something that we offer our clients. It doesn't look like Buzz Electrical has put in their description with keywords either. So if I'm looking at the local pack for these electricians in Junction, I'm seeing an opportunity for anybody that's ranked 4 or lower to do a few things to their Google Business Profile and rise to that top 3 spot. Opportunity. It just needs to be seized. A lot of electricians are so busy that they're not actually working on their digital marketing, or maybe they're doing things that aren't as impactful. To me, getting your Google Business Profile optimized is extremely impactful because it's going to lead to calls, clicks, leads, and they're people that are searching for your services. I would highly recommend that they do that. Bemis Electric, which also showed up number 1 in the local pack, is showing up number 1 for the organic search results. And they've got a good website with their 970 phone number at the top. Nice logo, good branding, website loaded fast. Commercial electrician services, call to action, residential call to action. Some similar imagery to what we found in their Google business profile. We even have a video. This is great. They've got their electric service area, they've got a map, got their physical address posted to the website, and a mention of emergency 24-hour service. This is just an image. So I would probably recommend that at the very least they add an alt tag that describes the image with that emergency 24-hour service, but they could go a step further and add some text and then also link this to an interior page that describes what that entails. We've got their hours, open 24/7. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. If we click on service locations, this is just a page with a list of their service locations. This is enough for them to rank #1 in Grand Junction. But if somebody wanted to take over this position, they could do this as their base level and then go a step further and actually create pages for each one of their service locations that provides some more content and context around those service locations that's specific to them, add some keywords, and that could help their website rank even higher and potentially take this #1 spot from Bemis. Let's go back and see. #2, we have Yelp. That is a trust signal that Yelp is important within the context of this Google search, so I would highly recommend any electrician in Grand Junction gets a profile and optimizes it on Yelp. That's going to help you quite a bit. For the Better Business Bureau, another business directory that would be a priority to list on, and then Dave Fisher Electric. Let's take a look at their website. Okay, so right away I'm looking at their hero image. It says where quality is what it is all about. So to me that's a pretty vague and empty line of text. They should be putting something that has Grand Junction in the H1. I'm not sure that this even is an H1. It's an H3. So change this to an H1 and then add Grand Junction. Let's just put Grand Junction Electric Services and then take this out, and that would be a much better optimized thing to start with. You can see that took me 2 or 3 seconds to change, and obviously they've got a CMS that they need to change that, or they have HTML that they need to change that on the back end. That wasn't a live change to the website, but if they were to do that, they would see a jump in the rankings. So just doing that could potentially put them in the #1 to 3 ranking. So let's continue analyzing this site. So we've got a list of services with icons, and when we click on these, they do seem to go to interior pages. They could go a step further and add a landing page that says services or services Grand Junction in front of this URL to improve the site architecture, and that could help them in the rankings and the organic search. Got some testimonials. It's a good trust signal. Phone number. They could add their hours in the footer or in the sub footer. Let's take a look at their services. So they do have a services page, but the way they've structured it is they've just got these services listed. A quick fix is to redirect all of those to a sub page of the services landing page. It's just better site architecture. It makes it easier for Google to understand what your site is about. So as you can see, this website leaves a lot of room to be desired. Let's go to the second page of Google. And this is truly Google purgatory. Nobody is clicking any of these links on the second page to find an electrician. They're going with everybody on the first page. Most likely everybody #1 through 3. We have a Facebook post, licensed plumbers and electricians recommendations. It's kind of interesting. I would say it'd probably be worth a business owner's time to go add their information to this if they're an electrician in Grand Junction that does good work. Okay, let's take a look at this website. Volt Busters, services. Okay, again, they've got a page with some images and text describing all of their different services. They could take this a step further, create subpages for that, improve the site architecture, and that could lead to better results on Google. I like that they have their phone number in multiple places. We're seeing email, we've got social links. Let's take a look at their hero image text. It is an H1, but it's just their company name. And below it, they do have Grand Junction's most trusted electrician, but they could take that a step further, maybe change this to an H2 or an H3, and then for their H1, I would maybe consider just calling it Volt Busters Grand Junction electric, something along those lines. When you're looking at changing text on your website, I think it's a good idea to consider what people are searching. And so that's where keyword research comes in. I like to use this tool called Ahrefs to do my keyword research. What we can see here is if we put an Electrician Grand Junction in the Keywords Explorer, the keywords difficulty is only medium, so it's not too difficult. They're estimating that you would need 20 referring domains to rank. I actually think you would probably need less domains, but just more relevant ones. So maybe getting a backlink from the Grand Junction Chamber of Commerce, being added to one of the local news sites and having them run an article about your business. Those types of local links. You could also do a sponsorship for, just look at sponsorship opportunities, which should get you a link. That's the kind of stuff that, in addition to the on-page SEO that I've showed you, would get you the #1 ranking pretty quickly. And we can see the search volume is 20. So what that means is that there's 20 searches happening for this keyword every month, which isn't huge. However, that's just an estimate. That's just for Grand Junction. It's not for these surrounding communities, which we can also look at doing SEO for. And these are very high intent searches of people that are looking for an electrician right now. In addition to that, there's other terms that are similar that we're going to start ranking for if we actually commit to an SEO plan on these websites. Electrician Grand Junction, Colorado is going to bring you another 30. You want to make sure that you have a page that matches these different terms that people are searching for, and take it a step further and add blog posts to your website. That's content that's going to help you rank for these terms as well. What I'm seeing is that the local SEO for electricians in Grand Junction is not difficult, and most of the businesses that are in Grand Junction aren't doing it. So the opportunity for other businesses to take these top spots and to grow their business and make more money is huge, and that's something that I can help you with. Grand Junction electricians. Let me leave you with 3 actionable tips that you can use to improve your SEO right now. 1. Your literal titles and H1s. Update your site so both clearly say electrician in Grand Junction, Colorado, or similar. You can also include emergency or same-day language if you offer it. Number 2, create an emergency service section on your website. List hours, response time, your after-hours policy, and add a click-to-call button. Number 3, review and photo velocity. Ask for at least 3 to 5 new reviews this month and post real job photos to your Google Business profile. I promise you, this moves you up the local pack faster than almost anything else. If you're an electrician in Western Colorado and you want more emergency calls coming in, these are the steps to take. If you'd like me to do a teardown like this on your business, grab a free 15-minute rank check in the link below. The full Electrician SEO checklist is in this description. If this was helpful, like the video and comment teardown with your business name. Thanks for watching.